We finished Rashki 5. Let's get this thing launched. We were going to do science training on this, I believe. Yeah. Let's get 50%. Beautiful. And suboptimal and optimal launch windows are reversed. But that really helps us. So, yeah, we can launch way earlier. Perfect. I just hope it doesn't explode. Right, we finished researching the crewed rover. I think we want to start blasting through some of those missions. But I think we might need a more powerful launch vehicle for some of the later ones. So that's 140,000. Yeah, but it's going to be better than the M1. So yeah, let's research some of the vehicles and then we'll research some of those mission profiles. High-res images of Saturn captured. Beautiful. I guess this is only the other benefit of doing milestone missions is you get these little events which give you extra resources, which I don't think you get from the request missions. I'm not entirely sure though. Right, we're launching Vosgod on a Baran again, and it's raining. Okay, we'll reschedule that. September it is. I would kind of like to launch something in terrible conditions and have it survive, because there is an achievement for that, I think. I'm not sure if we've already got it or not. But yeah, not when there are crew on board. That's for sure. Oh, not again. Why is the weather so terrible at Baikonur? Okay, this is the last optimal launch window we have, so fingers crossed. We really need the money from this mission to build our Mars habitat. Oh my gosh! I'll just launch it. 2% chance of exploding, it'll be fine. At least I hope it will be fine. If we delayed it any more, then we would have had a suboptimal launch window for the next few months. So we would have had to delay it by like 4 or 5 months. Thankfully though, all is well. Whew, not a single shuttle explosion, which is great because they're so expensive. I mean, we lost one, but that was incompetence during the mission, not actually during launch. Okay. These are 3 new astronauts. Proven their worth. Ah, yeah, they're going to make this a lot easier. It's quite a long mission, though, this one. I think it's a 3-phase one, which is a bit of a pain. At last. So that has to stay between -1 and 1, but it's not drifting, which is fine. We just need to get some resources, which we can do. So let's get some comms first. Now let's just do this. Which gets us all the nav we need. Beautiful. Having the bonus nav on all of the crew commands is very nice. Okay. This is the only thing apart from that one that brings the drift back. So let's do that a few times. Then we can spend that nav on comms. Next turn. Okay. Ah, payload reliability. It's so lovely. Okay, beautiful. We've got comms. We need to bring that back a little bit more, but that's okay. There we go. Now we just need 3 more comms, and that's it. Well, that was easy. 3 crew members with amazing talents, plus extra power, is it certainly make this a lot easier. Oh, this is so cursed. Why can't we just do this from the shuttle? I feel like they should patch this. Like, they should make, I don't know, maybe add like a spacecraft, which is like, didn't the space shuttle have like a science lab module or something that they stored in the back of the payload bay. You know, if they were launching smaller satellites or something so they could make the most of having crew on orbit at the same time. Something like that. So you could do orbital missions and stuff like this just with the shuttle. Because this is really ridiculous. It really is. Yeah, I feel like they really need to patch this, but what do I know? What do I know? Okay, we just need 15 comms, 7 data, and again, no more drift, so that's fine. This way of generating comms is... Honestly, we have so much power. Like, we can just do it this way. Just brute force it. Boom. And then that, and then we'll use that to generate data next turn. There, resist it. We have the power. Okay. Then that brings us to 7. And then that gives us enough comms. Beautiful. It's a relatively simple mission. We've done this plenty of times before. Having the tier 3 astronauts certainly makes it easier though. And now re-entry. Okay. Did they do it in the Voss God capsule or in the space shuttle? Or did they have half the crew in there and half the crew in there? I have so many questions. Okay. Keep it below 3. That is the only requirement. That can be arranged. Just having the more reliable launch vehicles as well just means we can do payload reliability training, and it makes these things considerably easier too. Just sort of compounding all of our upgrades and things we've invested in, which is great. We need 6 more data, which is not easy to generate actually. Okay, then we find next turn. Okay. And then finally, we need more data and more nav. So we can just do that. And we're finished. 8, 8, 6. Perfect. Okay, yeah, it does. We do return in the shuttle apparently. Cool. Okay. Beautiful. That should be a bunch of money for us. Plus 50%. That is... Whoa! Look at all the money. Yeah, we don't need an astronaut that boosts the Mars experience because it's getting pretty high at this point. Okay, we can now build this payload. And we should hopefully have enough that we can start building this crewed rover too. We do a prototype or standard... Well, yeah, we've got enough for the standard one. See, I'd go for some of these if they didn't just reduce the payload reliability. I guess you could boost that with training and such, but it just never really seems worth it going for either of these variants. It's either prototype or an extra power variant that costs a bit more, or the standard. I've never really used these two or seen any point in using them. You just lose out for the most part if the reliability is that much lower. Anyway, let's get these Mars prep missions underway. Your PR office have suggested attaching internal and external cameras to the ground habitat we're sending to Mars. Showing off the living space will make for an effective marketing campaign. Yeah, maybe that'll pay for itself in support. We've got plenty of money right now, so that's fine. Okay. To be fair, I'm not sure why I was like worried about the Pluto and the Rosetta mission taking a little too long. I think At the rate we're going, we'll be launching the Mars mission comfortably around the same time that those are finishing. Look at that. A nice Russian rip-off of this Falcon 9. I believe they're actually planning to build one, aren't they? It's interesting. As soon as the Falcon 9 sort of set the standard, I believe China is making a fairly blatant copy of Starship as well. And Russia is planning something similar to the Falcon 9 for the late 2020s, early 2030s. Which is interesting because it will be long since obsolete. I just can't believe that, you know, we've got new launch systems being developed that are going to be beyond obsolete. Like even now, even if they started operating now, you know, everyone really needs to be working on things like SpaceX and Rocket Lab. Or going the other end of the market, like Virgin Orbit, Strato Launch, although Strato Launch aren't launching things anymore. But I don't know, things like Ariane 6 and everything, it's just like, I don't know. Part of me almost hopes they go out of business because, like you, you had so much warning that things were going to change. You know, things were going to get far more innovative, and you still played it safe. I don't know, just my 2 cents. I think Rocket Lab's Neutron rocket is incredible. Really, really cool design. And also, I think it may well be the future of launching small satellites, or even medium satellites. I mean, it's what, 8 tons to LEO? You know, I think the thing with Starship is, yeah, it's 100% reusable, but it's huge. And just all the infrastructure and everything you need to support it, whereas Rocket Lab is designed to be cost effective. And go for, like, the heart of the market. You know, around the tonnage range that most satellites are at. I think it's a great idea. I think obviously Starship has its purpose. It's to get people to Mars, and I think it will certainly be cost effective, presuming they get it to work. But I don't know. As a commercial launch vehicle, I think there's a lot of space for Starship and for Neutron. I think, you know, Starship will be so overbuilt and they'll need to recoup so many, you know, of their development costs. I do think that a lot of other launch providers, fully expendable ones, will still be able to compete, at least for a time, at least until the Starship fleet gets large enough. I think really Neutron is going to be the thing that actually kills a lot of launch providers. Might be the final nail in the coffin for like ULA or something akin to that, because I know they've got like their smart reuse, quote unquote, but they're just not doing enough. Anyway, on with the mission. Enough talking about space. Enough talking about space. This is a space game. Enough talking about like the space industry. Yeah, there's a lot of very disruptive technologies just around the corner, and the fact that people are still developing beyond obsolete launch systems is kind of sad. But maybe they'll get what's coming to them. Who knows? We need 8 thrusts. We need to do this twice. So we need a lot of data, a little bit of comms, and a lot of nav. Right, best way to do this is actually to generate comms first. This is all going to use a lot of power. But that's okay. We'll have to correct the drift. Oh! Okay, we have to resist that, but then we are going to be basically out of power. Okay, we've got a bit of extra data there, though, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, we didn't get the extra power variant of this, so it's going to be a little bit tougher. There's this manual thrust adjustment here, which will correct our drift and give us the nav we need. We need an extra 4 data, though. But we get a bit of extra from that. Okay, so that's fine. So, yeah, let's do that. Then... Trying don't know what the best way to do this is. There we go, that fixes our drift. Then we need 1 more data and 3 more nav. Okay. It's pulling us to the left by 2 every turn, which isn't helpful. That's going to screw our drift again. Yeah, okay. 2 turns remaining. So really, we need to do... We know we need to do that. And then we need to fix the drift and get a bit more nav. And then we just need a little bit more data. Ah, there we go. That works. 12. That's quite an expensive way to get that data, though. Any other way we can get it? Yes. So if we do that, then this is going to correct it at the end of the turn. We do have an extra turn, though, so... Let's just do that. Ah, something went wrong. We can't resist it. Ah, reduced by 3. Dang it. Ah, well. It doesn't matter. We still completed it. Do we see the rocket landing? Yeah! Awesome. Landing on its drone ship with giant Russian flags on it. Maybe something we'll actually see within a decade. Who knows? Awesome. Okay. Our mini rover is on its way. New request mission available at Saturn. Oh boy, where do I sign up? Not. Mir gets decommissioned 2020. Okay. It's good they actually do have a decommission date, just to stay in orbit forever. Funding review. Not quite up another tier. That's okay. We're in 2005 now. Super heavy lift rocket. Is the Yenisei a real design? I assume it is. I've just never heard of it before. I think we'll probably need some of the larger upper stages for some of the bigger modules. Okay, let's continue this mini rover mission. We really, really want that mission escape system. Just in case something goes wrong on that Mars mission. I mean, I don't know. Do you, if you fail the final Mars mission, do you have a chance to go again? If you have time? Or did you just lose the game instantly? I'm not sure how you would have a mission escape system all the way Mars, though. Okay, so we have to do this one twice. So we need at least 4 data. And 2 extra comms. The main thing we need is nav, though, and that requires a bunch of comms. And everything requires 2 power. I think the best way of doing this is that, and then that twice. Then we'll deal with the drift a little bit later. Ooh, bonus resources. Beautiful. Yeah, we'll deal with that. Because power is at a premium on this mission. Okay. So we can do this one more time. And then that lets us do that. That gives us most of the nav we need. And the data we need. Does overcorrect on the drift a little bit though. Okay. As long as too many of these don't go wrong, which should be okay. A deep space network, improving our payload reliability certainly helps. And also rearranging the Space Center massively increased our payload reliability. So many more adjacency bonuses now than we had before. Because obviously I didn't know the size of all the different buildings and what the adjacency bonuses would be. You know, it's hard to plan that far in advance. You had all the obstructions to clear as well. You just had to put them in the best possible place once you'd researched them. It is nice to be able to rearrange the entire thing after the fact, though. Okay. Voila! That's all the resources we need, apart from thrust. We just need to correct the drift, which we can do with this command. And then this one. So we need a bunch of power. Bit of extra data. I think we can take that. Yeah, we can. Okay. Oh, no, we couldn't. Because this needs comms too. Okay. We have to correct the drift and we have to have enough thrust at least. So we have to at least do that. It has to be 4 to the left. So we have to do that. That and that. Actually, no, we don't. We can do this one, which doesn't use any power. Uses the XCHS nav, so that gives us that, and then voila! Okay, that does work out. 9, 17, 8. Drifts aligned. Perfect. Okay. I was a little worried we might have stuffed that up, but no. No, we're okay. We can resist that. Beautiful! Okay. Our Mars mini rover is on its way.
A massive thank you to my patrons and donators for their generous support, and an extra special thank you to the Amazing Steak, Olaf Hammerhand, Madzor, Peter Lushtinets, Delta V, Axel Jensen, Dennis Klomp, Lady Lagsalot, Simone67, Scott Milligan, Harambe, Nicholas Popkus, Wather, Jagnath, Weir, Dreister, Jesse Smith, Lightning Gamer, Elmac, and Nobody Special.